We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Kiss my ass.
They're criminals.
It is a hole. You ever been there?
He says what everyone else is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped.
Can you hear me? Can you feel the spirit? Hey, how you doing? I've got the soundtrack for Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Gonzo Happiness. Don't settle for happiness. Go for the Gonzo happiness. This is America. The American dream is alive and well as long as we put our heart and soul into being the best that we can be, rock solid in the asset column, because there's only two columns. There's the asset column and there's a liability column. But everybody I know, what about my family? How about the Nugent clan, the tribe, the inner circle of all American roustabout kickers, rock solid in the asset column? How about my band, my crew, my management, Linda? How about my hunting buddies? How about Bob and Sarah? How about Jim and Paul and Toby and everybody? How about all my hunting buddies? Rock solid in the asset column. I've got the soundtrack for your American dream. What a great bunch of licks. I have so many cool licks. You know, I do this all the time. Look at me. Look at me. Look. See that smile on my face? You know it don't come cheap. Sure, I live the American dream. Go ahead and crucify me. Rock solid in the asset column. I can tell I'm in the asset column because I love you people. I'm drunk on love. I'm intoxicated on positive spirit, positive attitude, love the attitude, to prove that I have the best people in the world that are in the Nugent love column. We stink of love. It might be the effervescent masculinity, but bottom line is, when I get stuff like this in the mail, I mean, it's so obvious. It's so obvious that the American dream, especially the Nugent American dream, especially the Ted Nugent Gibson Birdland. Gibson Bird, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. The great white buffalo. Are you kidding? Maybe I am. Hey, no maybe about it. Hi, my name is Ted Nugent. I am the great white buffalo because I found the battered herd and I led them across the land. With the great white buffalo, we can make a final stand. So listen, everybody, to what I got to say. There's hope for tomorrow if we wake up today. Say yowza and barbecue like you mean it. So I'm off to a rip-roaring start here because it's another day on Spirit Wild Ranch in the wilds of Texas, which is not the Texas you think it is. There are absolute bureaucrat, dishonest, power-abusing, corrupt criminal punks running amok in Texas, epitomized by the soullessness, the dishonesty the corruption, the abuse of power by the Texas Parks and Wildlife. I'm talking to you people at Texas Parks and Wildlife. You don't have an honest bone in your body. You can't even come on the podcast with the old guitar player from Detroit because you claim that you're in charge of wildlife conservation in Texas, and you're actually against wildlife conservation in Texas. Texas Parks and Wildlife, you're the bad guys. Missouri Department of Conservation, bad guys. Minnesota DNR, Wisconsin DNR, Illinois DNR, Michigan DNR, bad guys. We'll get into that in a minute because right now I'm just reeking of positive piss and vinegar. Did you have a magic overflowing, bubbling cauldron of piss and vinegar this morning to ignite your American dream? Ooh, look, I got a phone call coming in. I'm going to turn it off. So welcome to my spirit campfire. It's so immersed in such glowing, positive spirit. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everybody at Real America's Voice. Boy, do I have a great team there. I got John, and I got Ryan, I got Tony, I got Parker and his dad. What's his dad's name? Rob? Rob, I love you, Rob. I got Doug Banker, my longtime manager that saved me from the thieves in New York City, the Lieber Krebs thieves. That's right, David Krebs, you're a thief. Well, that's liability. No, you're a liability, you thieves in the music industry that take a percentage, a thieving percentage right off the top, and the artist doesn't even get as much as the management. That is so dishonest. But Doug Banker came in and fixed that. And Dennis Arfa and Adam, my entire team, I have such a great team. We're going to unleash the ultimate soundtrack for freedom-loving, all-American roustabouts, thinking, conscientious, good, positive, hardworking, asset column warriors. Asset column warriors. Those are the people that come to my concerts. 6,980 something. See those bags under my eyes? 6,980 some concerts. I got it written down somewhere. But I hope you enjoyed me leaping off the amplifiers all those years because I had to have new knees. I didn't know what the word meniscus was till the doctor went, you know, you don't have any meniscus. Oh, boy. So thank you for celebrating the unabashed, irreverent, defiant, glowing, effervescent truth, logic, and common sense, self-evident truth, logic, and common sense from the Motor City Madman. So let's get into story time. We got 4 minutes left in this first segment. We got Bruce Cull, my buddy Brush Hog. The Brush Hog, mystical flight of the arrow czar of the National Field Archery Association. Bruce Cull, the president of the National Field Archery Association. See, I got my bear recurve here. I'm going to touch off some more arrows with my bear recurve. Thank you, Bear Archery, keeping Fred Bear's spirit alive. I shoot my bear recurve every day, and I'm telling you, at the age of 76.4. 76.4 years of the mystical flight of the arrow. I finally got left hand talking to Mr. Right Hand, connected to Mr. Brain, Mr. Eyeballs, Mr. Lungs, and Mr. Spirit. And I am sending, in fact, I'll do it right now. I am sending the mystical flight of the arrow downrange. So Bruce Cull, the president of the National Field Archery Association. You know, you have to have balance. We're going to talk about balance. If you're going to be the Motor City Madman, which I'd highly recommend you pursue, though you have to be careful, be sure you wear Kevlar pantyhose double wrapped around your skull. Because if you try to be the Motor City Madman, you might need some meniscus. You know, Richard Pryor's dead. Sam Kinison is gone. Robin Williams is gone. Rodney Dangerfield is gone. I used to go out for Thai midnight grits, Thai grits, heavy on the cumin, with Rodney Dangerfield, Richard Pryor, Sam Kinison, and Robin Williams, and the Motor City Madman would go get Thai grits at 3 a.m. in Los Angeles. And you know who the funniest guy there was? Well, it was actually a photo finish, but I was right there, nose. I won it by a nose, only because my nose was a little larger than the rest of them. My point being is that balance. You have to have fun. I bring you fun. If you're not having a good time with me, you're a numb nut. You need a sense of humor. My goodness. So anyhow, every day I get up, I knock my arrow. You see how I knock that? Don't knock it like this. You don't knock your arrow like this. That's the sign of a rookie. You knock the arrow like this without even looking, because if you've done it enough times, the muscle memory takes over, and you will knock the arrow and you will become one with the mystical flight. Can I do this sitting down? The mystical flight. Oh, bullseye! So anyhow, it was a short draw, but here I am to celebrate balance. The hysteria, the breaking, everything's falling apart in the man cave, cuckoo's nest, the arsenal of democracy, the ballistic coefficient spirit orgy with the guitar player from Detroit. But anyhow, Bruce called Mystical Flight of the Arrow, the president of the National Field Archery Association. He's going to get on here, and we had a big conversation recently because it is so indecent, so cruel for a segment of our society to actually support the insane concept of men destroying women's sports. If you believe men should compete against women, you're insane and dangerous. And even in the world of archery, that you wouldn't think power and strength and manliness would matter. There is no archery female that can compete with the bullseyes of a man. Same in golf, same in tennis, same in wrestling, same in athletics and gymnastics. Cut it out, you horrible people that want men to destroy women's sports. You're evil, you're rotten to the core, and I'm here to celebrate truth, logic, and common sense because I love women and I believe in women's rights. In fact, my life pivots on the whole female thing. Have you seen Shemaine lately? Faith and Freedom, Real America's Voice. I'll be back in a minute because I have lots more to go here.